Now being about 2:03. I will call the August 26, 2024 Board of Selectmen meeting to order. This meeting is being recorded for cablecast and YouTube presentation by Area 58 Community Access Media. The video of this meeting is not to be considered an official record. The approved minutes of the meeting will serve as the official record of the proceedings. So we're going to take the first agenda item, and then we're going to go into executive session for a short spell, after which we will come back to open session. Right?
Correct, and then back to executive.
And then back to executive. So, first agenda item is a request for town-owned tree removal at the area of 292 Main Street. Mr. Hannigan?
Yes, hi, my name is William Hannigan. I live at 292 Main Street. Between our yard...
Move that microphone up towards the...
So there's about a 15-foot strip, 20-foot strip of town-owned property between our land and Young's, the convenience store. There is a very large pine. We had Gary Thompson come out, and he took a look at it. I believe he sent the board the details of it. It's, I think, about 110 feet high. It stands alone. It has no piers. There are other small trees around it. It sways greatly. We did have a tree next to it that came down. It missed my mother's bedroom by about 15 feet and there were 3 bedrooms right in that possible path where it could come down. I believe Young has talked to the town about this before, I'm not sure. But we were just requesting if we could take that tree down, just because it worries me to see this tree and what could happen. We will be having tree work done very shortly to replace the septic system, so this is something that we could do in the course of that. Also talking to Gary, he did say to mention that the septic work would undermine the roots in our portion of the property. So my thoughts, undermining the roots along with the tree having no piers to mesh with other roots, we would cover the cost of it, so we just wanted the town's blessing to take that tree down.
So this is the small piece of land that runs between your house and the convenience store that's part of the, where we have the tennis court, basketball, I should say. Yep. I have no issue.
I have no issue.
And the tree warden got a look at it and was okay with what you're proposing?
The tree warden?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
he did.
Bill Hayes, yeah.
Yeah, he sent us info.
He sent us,
Yeah, he told me that he just needed blessing to do it, that it should come down, and obviously the town can't pay for it because their budget is so small, but I'm going to have Gary there taking a whole bunch of trees down for the septic anyways. I figured we could take it down and make boards and use it somewhere.
One of the main concerns was that I know there was a little bit of talk about, well, maybe we'll leave that tree and take some of the surrounding ones near it. And part of with Mr. Hayes was that is one of the main concerns, is that one large tree to come down with it. He knows it could be quite an expense to you.
Mr.
But-
Hayes, Mr. Hayes.
Well, the tree warden.
Oh,
Bill
okay.
Hayes,
Oh, I'm
yes.
sorry.
Just
yeah,
the one
I'm
tree
sorry,
breed
yeah.
that we're talking about. That got clarified last week.
Okay, I
Yeah,
just wanted, because
it's
Bill,
clarified.
he sent me.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
So also, just to add, this would aid in the ability for us to get a truck into our yard, to the sand truck.
Right,
yeah.
It's not the main purpose of this, it's just, it would be a benefit
right.
instead of having to take down my son's swing set and a stone wall.
Okay. I'll make a motion then to approve the request of Mr. Hannigan for removal of the tree in question in the area of 292 Main Street at Mr. Hannigan's expense and per the terms outlined in his request.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to now move into executive session. We will be returning to open meeting at the conclusion of the executive session, first part. So a motion for a roll call vote to enter executive session.
Second?
All, roll call vote, Mr. Russo?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Trainer? Yes.
Mr. Trainer, sorry to say this, but you have to actually read what's in the agenda as your motion.
Oh, for purpose 3.
Yeah,
Good thing we got lawyers.
These- yeah, at least just the case
Yeah.
names.
Yep.
Just the
right here.
first one?
Oh, you have it. Just read that first part up through Town Hall roof replacement project.
Okay. So we're going into executive session 4. MGL 30A 21A3, to discuss litigation strategy with respect to pending and potential litigation in the following matters. If discussing the matters in open session will have a detrimental impact on the town's litigating position. Pierre Cole versus Plympton Conservation Commission Appeals Court, number 2023-P-1182. Henry J. O'Hearn III versus Town of Plympton, Plympton Superior Court, number 2283, CV 00462. Town of Plympton versus Ruth Ann Hatch and Jennifer Rogers, Code Enforcement, 34 Lake Street. Kenneth Thompson et al. Versus Plympton Conservation Commission, Plymouth Superior Court, number 2483, CV 00033. And finally, Town Hall Replacement Project. Do I have a motion to go into executive session again?
Second?
So we'll do it one more time. Roll call vote. Mr. Russo?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Trainer, yes. So we're now in executive.
Give me just a minute, and I'm going to be at
It being 2:50, we're back in open session, and we'll pick up with the agenda item. The next one we had was adoption of order of taking Winnetoxet Road. Do you want to talk to that one, Liz, a little bit?
Sure. So this is the final step in the process. This was a required taking for 2 small pieces of property. It's for the Winnetoxet Road Bridge project, and the homeowners have been involved since the start of the process, and this is the final culmination of that. So we need a vote to adopt the order of taking, and I typed out some suggested
Right.
language for that. And
The owners are fine with it.
the owners are fine with it, and it's a part of the Mass DOT process, since we're getting state funding for this project.
Okay. So before I take a motion, you have any?
My only comment is I wish they weren't doing the whole project. Many of us spoke against it, but I guess it's going ahead. In terms of this specific agenda item and motion, I'm fine with it.
Okay. Okay, then I'll make a motion. To adopt an order of taking in the form presented to acquire easements in 81 and 91 Winnetoxet Road to carry out the bridge replacement and road improvement project at that location, and award damages for the taking in the amount of $400 to the owners of the affected properties as listed in Schedule A of the order. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we're fine with that one.
Yes, and then just have something for signature.
Meeting schedule through,
So this is, we were looking to extend the 2 PM pilot program through the end of the calendar year, so I was just looking for a vote to that effect.
yeah, I think it's been, I like it a lot, so I think we need more feedback as to whether people are favorable or non-favorable, but let's try it.
Excellent.
Did you need the Winnetoxet thing signed? I printed.
Yeah, I have it here. And I just need it back so I can notarize it. So can you, John, are you comfortable making that in the form of a motion to continue the pilot?
Yes, I'm going to make that.
Okay.
So I will make a motion to continue the 2 PM pilot program through the end of this calendar year for the Board of Selectmen.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Feedback. Next agenda item, feedback, Ray, code of conduct for boards and committees.
We received, the only feedback we received was from the Board of Health, and they would like us to wait until after their next meeting on September 10th so that they have an opportunity to discuss. So I would suggest that we table this until our September 23rd meeting.
I'm comfortable with that.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely
very
more
good.
comments.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so we'll consider it tabled. We don't need a motion on
No.
that. Okay. Next one is use of town property request. Friends of the Plympton Garden Club for the town green on September 1st, 2024. This is for the annual flower show, which has been great. Any comments before we make motion?
No comments.
I make a motion to approve the use of town property request for the Plympton Flower Show at the Town Green on September 1st from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. pending any necessary departmental sign-offs.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good.
Could you sign that for me right here? I'm gonna stick to it, it's right there. The Board of Selectmen.
Okay. Is it all three of us, or?
No, it just, I just need one. Then I get the other. Thank you.
So, Marie, warrants paid?
250,900, excuse me, 250,933.
And so give me what's the major
And
pieces?
that is, so we had some Area 58, so kind of like a wash, it goes in, it goes out.
Yeah, how much was
We
that?
got that, so that right there, that was over, it was a 7,500, a 12,000, a 14,000. And then I had some water, the Verizon, local computer, Amazon, Pitney, Edge Communications, and, oh dear, Eversource, MDCom, and, one Epstein Law Bill.
They all added to 250? There was no one major figure?
No,
Okay.
so it adds up when it's kind of, it's weeks of warrants.
Okay. Town administrator updates?
So I'm working to close out our grant cycle for the Community Compact Program, and I'm going to be surveying some of the boards and committees and departments to figure out what a next application might look like. Right now, I believe that there are some funds available for technology-type projects, so I'm wondering if something where we did like internal permitting software or something involving like upgrading our website. I want to see what funds might be available and do a temperature check internally as far as what people think might be the most useful. So I'm going to be working on that. We're also, we've commenced the process of trying to get our free cash certified. So Lisa is working very hard on closing out the general ledger from the last fiscal year. And then we should be well positioned to kind of plug and play as far as the free cash certification process is concerned. So fingers crossed everything goes well with that. And if all goes well with that, our auditor should be coming in September to begin the process of auditing from the prior fiscal. So
Good. Good.
as of right now, everything is on track. I also had a meeting over at the fire department today. They did experience some flooding in their back room area as a result of this rainstorm. Chief Duddy alerted John Williamson to it from the Town Properties Committee, and we're looking to put together a meeting next week with some of us, just to talk through if there are any like stopgap measures we might be able to do. There was talk about maybe seeing if the highway department could dig a trench and put some stone in to kind of slow the flow of water coming off from the field. There are 2 points where you can see it really coming in, but it's
Okay.
starting to cause actual damage, like in their back room. There was standing water. It's problematic. Some of the floor tiles are popping up and stuff, and they did a lot of work in there to renovate, so we need to do something in the
Okay.
immediate to deal with
I
that.
saw a comment made, I think, guess it was on Facebook somewhere, that the work on the field may have interfered somehow.
That's always been a problem, I would say for the last maybe 9 months or so. And that was prior to them starting the work on the field. So that's not directly correlated, but
Okay, good.
we did try some other measures in the meantime. It's not like we've been sitting on it. Bridgette helped coordinate an effort with the gutters and the downspouts,
Right.
so that at least we weren't having water coming off the building and then immediately going back in. And that seemed to help somewhat, but unfortunately, it's just the way that it's graded. And
Yep.
so our next option, I think, is going to be seeing about constructing a trench. And especially, even if we do a new fire station, if we're going to repurpose that building at some point, we need to protect the asset
Yes,
and stop the
absolutely,
water.
absolutely.
So
So you're proposing a French drain, something like that?
exactly, we're thinking about putting in like a small trench, and if we do some like stone to fill in, and
Right.
yeah, so hopefully that works. And then as far as correspondence, we have finished our emergency preparedness plan, and that was paid for through grant funding through the Community Compact Program. I have a document here for our chairperson to sign, and then I can file all of this with the state. And it also updates our comprehensive emergency management plan, so it keeps us eligible for certain types of grant funding. And this project was spearheaded by myself, Chief All, and Chief Duddy. So this was the culmination of several months' worth of work. And then also in correspondence, we received word that Police Officer Caitlin Mullaney has resigned from her position, and her last day with the town will be September 3rd.
Okay.
So we wish her the best in her future endeavors.
Yes, she was well-liked by the kids, for sure.
Absolutely. And that's all I have.
Okay. Minutes? We have the, everybody get a chance to read them? I thought they were well done. So I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes for August 5th as written.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we just have raves, and then we will go back into executive session, after which we will not have an open session.
Correct.
Anybody got any raves?
So my rave is for the summer report that we got from town councils. I thought they had all the detail in there, but were coherent and logical, and really laid out the cases in a way that even a layman could understand, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I thought it was very good, too, and it's nice because we hear all this and it kind of gets lost after a while.
Yeah, I'm good on raves.
I've got one or two things. First, I want to acknowledge the passing of Jacqueline Freitas, a unique person. I really liked Jackie a lot. She had no fear of telling you exactly where she stood on an issue, which was good. You know, she was very much for the town. Did a lot of work. Worked with the Council on Aging. Did driving for the Council on Aging. She was a really unique character in Plympton. So,
Indeed, character all the way.
Yep. Sorry to see the passing. I have two raves. One is if you go out, you'll now see lights on the field, and they actually had a ball game with lights on the field. So that's great. Recreation's done a really good job. And I'm sure there'll be letters in the mail asking for you to donate. So. And the other one is, went to the Council on Aging barbecue, which is hosted by the Upland Club. They do it yearly. They put on a great barbecue. They pay for it. It's just a really nice time, so kudos to the club and to the Council on Aging for putting it on. That's my raves. Okay, I'm going to make a motion then that we will be moving into executive session. We will not be returning to the open meeting at the conclusion of the executive session. So I'm going to ask for a roll call, a motion to go into executive session. Do I have a second?
Second,
A roll call vote to enter executive session. Mr. Russo?
yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Trainee, yes. So we're now going in. John, thank you.